Hard cut in my face all of a sudden. Hello. Still haven't figured out how to do that in Streamlabs, to have it go quiet and then bring it back with my face, transition into a different piece of music to change the ambiance to accompany my sudden presence. But you know what? Maybe it's not possible. Maybe it is and I just haven't found it. Whatever the case may be, hello and welcome. Congratulations on making it another day. Something I tell myself pretty frequently. Life can be challenging, to say the least. And yet here we are, able to do some ridiculous things, including what I intend to do today, which is to write a 4-voice chorale counterpoint piece, which will serve as a demonstration of a parody group in a Battle of the Bards in my D&D campaign. I'm going to try to write it using the dragon tongue from Skyrim. We'll see how that goes, because I don't really know that language very well, but I know there's a translator, so I'm going to try to use that. I remember my friend mentioned in one of these audio alchemy streams that he really liked Dorian, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to try to use that today. So I'll explain what Dorian is, what that means. For those of you who don't know, maybe I can come up with words to help illuminate your understanding. For those of you who do, maybe you'll find value in the way that I phrase things. Who knows? Always about value, isn't it? In any case, feel free to say hello if you want to. If you don't want to, well, that's fine too. You exist, and that is enough. So thank you for doing that. Let me go ahead and change over to Logic with Small Cam, because I don't think I have any big updates aside from everything, and that's a lot to get into. So let's take a look at this. Hard cut on the music once again, and we are over on my main monitor, taking a look at the very first thing that you encounter when you open a new project in Logic Pro. Choose a track type. We're going to go with software instrument, default patch. All of this is fine. Hit the create button. And so now here we are at the very beginning with a, well, I can't even say a blank canvas. It is a blank canvas in a sense, but it's a very complex blank canvas. Probably the best way to put that. Where do we start and what do we do? Well, thankfully, I thought of something that I wanted to do earlier today. So we're going to go ahead and go into the library of sounds here. We're going to find, I think it's under orchestral, choir. We're going to go for male chamber choir. Just go over here and create a MIDI region so that we can write in information. So, Dorian, right? A type of scale. A scale is a collection of notes. There are a ton of notes. As you can see here, each of these lines representing one of them. And this is, of course, the classical Western interpretation of music, interpretation and expression. So this is the same kind of information that aligns with the history of Gregorian chants, which was going to be my inspiration for this whole experience. However, I listened to Gregorian chants and I found them to be really boring. So instead, I'm going to do something else. What it is, I don't know. We have the MIDI through active, so when I hit this button, should be able to hear a choir. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Let me check again. It is the case. Okay. Awesome. Well, in that case, in the case of the case, that's where I want to start. First, we have to choose what key are we going to do this in. And since I'm going to be singing it, I would like to do E minor. I like singing that low E. Where is it now? That'll be our lowest note. I don't want to go any lower than that, so we're going to go with E minor, which means to match my idea, I had an idea for an intro, right? we have 4 voices. These 4 voices begin singing the same note, the same syllable. I don't know how long. I don't even know what key signature I want to be in. Maybe 6/8. I have said that 6/8 is the dominant key signature in the Multiverse of Aether, so let's go with that. We'll start an octave higher than the lowest note I feel like singing. We can change the articulation. Let's go with I wish I could, like, I don't know. I'll be able to do it when I sing, basically. But for now, this will be a guideline. So we'll get it going with 6/8. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll do... we'll start with everybody singing the same note. Dorian is a variation of a minor key. So the notes that the Dorian scale has are... Let's go ahead and play that. I'll change it back to A so we can hear it a little more clearly. E Dorian is going to have E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, and then E once again. So if we play that, maybe these are too short. We'll find out. Actually pretty nice. That major 6 really, I don't know, lightens the mood. There we go. This is the scale we're working with. So those are the notes. I don't know if I'll deviate from the scale. Maybe we'll throw in a pivot chord here and there. Secondary dominance, why not? But for now, we'll extend this here, and then we'll have the voices branch off. So 2 of them are going to go down here, while these maintain their position. And then these will actually branch off again, but this is what it sounds like so far. So at the conclusion of the second measure, we're actually going to have one of the 2 voices sustaining the original note going up to the third. So we'll do... go up there, and then we'll have the one of the 2 voices in the lower note drop down to the octave. So to contrast the F sharp, we could do A, and then we can do, actually we can bring this up here, and then we can drop this down to an F sharp. Basically just like swap out. Switch notes, we have the implication of another chord here. This pitch sustains, which then brings us to the full voicing of our open chord at the beginning. So this will establish the tonality as well as the tonic. So let's go ahead and listen to it. Okay, pretty good. I want to slow down the tempo. And then what we can do is open it up even more, and that'll be a 4-bar intro. Of course, we want to sustain the tonic and the low note. We'll go ahead and keep that one. We'll jump this up to the 5th. Okay, so here we go. How's this for an intro? I thought of it earlier today. There you go, intro. So we start off, all 4 voices singing the same note. They diverge again, we get tonality, and then we get an open 5th. What do we do after this? Whatever we want. Long story short. Let's go ahead and we'll make this its own thing. We'll create another MIDI region. See if we can start building patterns that we can reproduce and develop. So the very next thing is going to be determining a chord progression. How about that for an idea? We'll go ahead, we'll do, so it opens up on the tonic. We'll keep this here. We'll keep the octave, but then we'll diverge. So we'll add the major sixth in the higher register, and then we'll add the fourth in the lower one. How about that? And then, ooh, anybody want to throw in a leading tone? How wild would that be? What if we did this? Just throwing the idea out there. How would this sound? I like it. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so then we could do da da, and then we would want to go here, go here. How about that? Go down here again, and then we'll add a little fifth. Why not? There'll be 1, 2, 3, and then we'll just hold that. Maybe we'll change this one here. 1, 2. Just add a little bit of movement while everything else sustains. We'll make it interesting. Why not? Something strange. We'll come up with words later. You know, we have the music now. That's pretty good. Let's see here. Okay, interesting. A little bit of tonality, and now we can break into the main part here, because what I'm imagining for the performance of this is going to be a combination of openness versus being very closed. It's going to be a balance between being forward and pulling back. Having the voice set higher or lower, and accentuating the movement. So if we have this movement here, if we take a look at measures 7 and 8, and we go ahead and play that. We have that going. What we can do, when that movement ends, we can go down to minor third, the fifth, and then we can go up to the seventh, the minor seventh. Bring that in. Let's see how that balances. Okay. Let's try to bring that out a little more in the virtual performance. We'll just increase the velocity, and then we'll go ahead and play it again. Okay, awesome. Well, in that case, when we come over here, this is when we can start being ridiculous. Now that we have movement, we're leading into the next part. We have the suggestion of tonality here. A little bit of dissonance introduced with moving away from the open fifth. expounded upon with the inclusion of the third, and then resolved just to be contrasted in a lower voice. What do? We close things. We close it up again. Bring everybody back. Maybe not everybody, but at least two of the voices. Back to the E. Now, what I want to do is accentuate the pulsing of 6/8. So we're going to do like this motion right here. 2, and then 3. 2 and then 1. Total of 3. Disengage that, play this. We have that pulsing coming in. So now what we have to do is choose what all the voices are doing. So the very first one we're going to do is we're going to add the third. And we're going to add the octave. And then we're going to add... What else do we want to do? Do we want to close it off with the 5th? Why not? We could do this. Bring that up. Actually, bring this up too. Bring that there. That there. And that there. Why not? Let's see what that sounds like. What if we did this? How about this? Well, yeah, let's go ahead and write a melody. Bum, 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 bum. I really want to use the flat 6, but we are using Dorian. And I want to write in that, but at the same time, I'm feeling drawn towards that flat 6. What if we utilized chromatic motion to mess around with both? Why not? Let's do some jumping. We'll go to the flat 6, back to the 5th, go to the 7th, hold that note, and then resolve on the major 6. So the melody there goes. There we go. Add a little bit of 3/4 in there. A duple meter. Just mix it up a bit. And then, we could have a repeating motif where we go like this. Dun, dun, dum, bum. And we'll have a break because honestly, while I'm writing this, I'm realizing when I sing it, I'm going to have to breathe. And so far, I have not written in a moment to breathe. Oh, that's no good. Okay. So anyway, how do we feel about this? I feel like we could keep this going, actually. And then we could do bum, 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 dum, bum. And then, what if we did A at that point? Oh yeah, let's do A. Why not? Yeah, that sounds fun. We'll do A. So we have this bass line going up there. We can bring this over here, actually. Ta-da. And then we could do... so we have we have B. We have a B up there. So we could actually bring this up to the octave. Bring this over, keep it on the G. Copy this. When we go over here, we're on a B, which goes up to a D, and then we have an E in the base, which starts to descend. So we can actually knock this up to the B. Or bring this down to the B. There's an interesting idea. So long as we keep in mind that we have an E in the base, which we can duplicate to reinforce the sense of the tonic. What does this sound like? Well, actually, I want to finish the measure. So this goes to a D, which is like a major 7th energy, which is kind of accentuated by that portion. So we'll go up to an F sharp, which is an octave above the bass. So what if, or the middle line there. So what if we actually took these two, shifted them up an octave, and then followed this line instead? So we have a D, an F sharp. We could reinforce the B. Make sure it sounds like we are on a... Actually, a 5, isn't it? Okay. I mean, they're pretty much used to doing this kind of thing, right? In the middle lines, you just kind of hit like 2, maybe 3 different notes, typically. The first violins always have the melody. Everything else, you just gotta hope that you get something interesting. Unless the composer also wants you to have fun. Okay, so when we're up here, we have a C sharp and an A, which is actually pretty good. On this B, what should we do with it? We are deviating a little bit away from Dorian with a couple of these ideas. So what if we did that again? Let's listen to it, see what we have. Oh, that sounds fun. That's really cute. I like that. Okay. Then we can do, so we'll have everything move together here. So in the beginning we have an A and a C sharp. So we could do, we'll bring this down to an E. Da-da-da-dum. Okay, so that'll be there. And then we could actually do, what if, okay? Wild idea. What if we move away from Dorian even more? What if we have a G sharp? I know, pretty wild stuff, but what if we did it? I'll tell you what. Actually, I'll show you because I don't know. I'm very curious to know what this sounds like. And you know what? When you're writing, you can do whatever you want. Typically, you aren't writing live on the internet. So, you know, it's you could do whatever you want. Let's see how this goes, though. Actually, I might want that to be a G natural. I also might want it to be an A, but then we have parallel octaves, which is not the worst thing in the world, despite what some people would say. Okay, so A, we can leave that as, actually, if we're back on A, we can go to, we can use this as a secondary dominant to get back to D. So we can bring this up here, resolve this to an F sharp, and what do we have next? A B? That could make sense. If we maintained the D in the bass, we could do a number of things, actually. We could drop, actually, we can keep this on a D as well. We'll want to drop it down to a B here. This can remain an F sharp. Or do we want it to be a G? Let's see. Ooh, that's interesting. I have like a trip into D major for a second. Let's see. We would want this to be an E. So that can go to an E. What if we did second inversion? Bum, bum, bum. Wait, F sharp, E. How about that? So we can do B, B, A. What if we did a Picardy third resolution? That would be wild. Let's try it. I'll put a G sharp in. I wanted to do it earlier. I didn't do it. Let's try it again. That's so much fun. I love that. That's hilarious. Okay, so from the beginning, this is our piece. Okay, so hear me out, right? We had the Picardy third ending. What if we changed that to just be a standard E minor, and then we copied this, repeated it, changed some things a little bit, changed some of the middle chords, and then ended with a Picardy third? You know what we could do at that point? Take it on an even more wild journey. This could be just a through composed kind of thing. What are we doing? I don't know. What are we doing right now? I could probably describe it. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty fun. A nice little piece so far. Ooh, what if we did? I just heard something while I was listening to that. What if we moved it over here? How about that? My friend says, I always felt like Picardy was familiar, but I did not realize you naked the Bard town after a specific thing in music. That's cool. I'm pretty sure I'm wearing a shirt, but... Oh, named. That's what I figured. Yeah, in the Multiverse of Aether, the Bard College is named Picardy. Yeah, it's named after that. Because that just sums up the energy of the college, I think. The energy of a Picardy third. They're just so excited. The college there is named Jubilant Magic University. JMU, in other words. What if we actually made this even shorter? Oh, here we go. I just had an idea. How's this for an idea? We do, what is that? 1, 2, 3. How about that? Oh no, we have to have it lined up. Of course we do. Capture that energy. And then, you know what? We can have people in the middle do pretty much anything, right? What if we did? Ooh, G over the C sharp. No, we have the B there because it goes from the A to the B, which would be passing through E. And then we can have, bring back to the C sharp so we can have A, hold that note. And then, I don't know, we could have like somebody really anxious in the middle of everything, just talking really quickly. Something that I may or may not be able to relate to. What should they be going between? What do you think? A G or a G sharp? I don't know. What if? Ooh, that would be cool. We throw an F sharp in there. Okay, well, that's not coming out very well. Mostly because of mixing, and I'm not doing any mixing, so that explains that one. Oh, it's getting away from me there. Okay, so A, G. Well, actually, what if we just had two different groups here? They could be saying similar things, but slightly different things. Ah, there we go. What if we went to D there? How about that? And then, I don't know. I'm hearing a G sharp once again. We can bring that there. We can go up to a B. We can bring in the E again. We could copy this, paste it right beside. Don't forget to drink water. Yeah, I definitely need to do that. I don't even know how much time has passed. Half an hour, and I haven't had any water. I don't know what I'm doing. Not drinking water, I guess. Very important to drink water. What if... Now, just hear me out here. What if we change this to a D? Right? I'm going to take that as a yes. I don't know. Let's hear it. We don't need these to repeat. I'm sure I can... The lyrics, they don't have to make sense. They're going to be in a language that some people know, but it's a fantasy language, so it doesn't actually have to be anything. It could be whatever. The way it would play out is, somebody would ask, what are they saying? And then I would just sum it up. I would offer a summary instead of actually translating it. That's how D&D works typically. What if we actually held on to, I know. Let's hold on to the D for a bit. We'll keep those going. Let's see. If we have a D, we have a B, and we have a G sharp. That is an interesting chord, actually. We might be able to work with that. If I put G in the bass, right? Well, G sharp. Cool. Then we can do, I don't know, if we're on G sharp, maybe we bring us back up to the A. And then a G natural. There we go. We'll just do that. We'll bring this, since we're going up to the A, we'll do a C sharp. B. That's a F, so we'll do this. Bring it back up to the B. And then we'll hold that there. We'll bring this, because that's 1 and then 2, 3. So then we'll leave that there. Bring this up to a, yeah, A. Why not? We'll have A, and then we'll have E as well. Open fourth. Whoa. I almost got a message from a cat. Somehow the video continued playing without the app running. Mysterious. I'm going to chalk that up to cosmic radiation. The magic of our understanding of the universe. There we go. How about that? What does this sound like? Meandering, most likely. Is that good enough? Probably. Probably for something. It depends on the application. Let's go ahead and play it. Okay, fair enough. A little bit of a deviation. What if we then took this part right here, copied it, put it over here, and then we go in and take out some of the notes, right? So like, we don't need this one. We can get rid of that. Those we don't need. This one we don't need. We don't need that. We can just get rid of that. That we don't need. We'll get rid of that. We don't need that one either. Those other ones, probably good to have. The ending we'll keep. How about that? What if we just got rid of this? And then we bring this down to E. We'll just have an E there. Bum, bum, bum. And then we can take this, bring it out like that. I think this is actually pretty good with the break. I don't know. How random does our song sound? Let's find out. That actually was a lot of fun. I'm realizing now that the fact that I can do this is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? I have a grid of things, and I'm putting little green lines in it, and it sounds like music. How wild is that? I want to start isolating the different parts here. So we're going to keep this, we're going to maintain it, but we're also going to create new software instrument tracks. So we're actually going to create 4 of them. I'm going to go for, we'll check out orchestral. Maybe they have like a solo voice or something. Mixed choir, gospel vocal effects. That could be fun. No, nothing quite like that. What if instead we went for strings? Why not? Actually, the best place for that is like studio strings over here. So we can do... what do I sound like? A cello, I guess? Yeah, I guess I'm a cello. Okay, so we'll create this MIDI region, highlight all of this, go in here. And then we start the tedious process of choosing all of these notes. It's a good thing I didn't play all of those. All of those. All of those. Copy that, go into here, click over here, and paste. We will call this, well, cello bass, I guess. Go back to the beginning, make sure we stop these lines so it's not playing over itself, and then we can play it. Why not? We'll listen with the bass doubled by a cello. Okay, that was actually fun. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, so we'll just do that again. Duplicate. I always forget where that one is. I think it is Command D. There we go. Cello bass. We'll call this one cello. Cello? I don't know. Why not? Okay, so here we go. Now we go in here. We have that. Oh, yeah. We'll have to highlight all of it and then exit out of it. Go over here. Select all of the middle notes. And then go there, up here. Then we do this little motion. Then we're up here, and we go down here. Catch all of those. And then here. Then we don't do anything until this, and then we're back in the middle again with a repetition of that section. Then we copy all of that. Go down to cello, cello. Paste. Back to the beginning to make sure we are not overlapping our voices. Then we do this again. It is a very tedious process doing it this way. I don't know if there's a better way. There probably is. But as it turns out, I happen to not know what it is right now. So we're going to go for cello, viola. Because that makes sense, right? Go ahead and... whoop. That is not the button I meant to press just now. Here it is. We'll extend that all the way out. And then we'll look back at this section here. So this one actually starts and maintains that E in the beginning. Then we have this section, then we capture the movement. Now we're up on the third one, so we're up here capturing this line. So this is what this voice is doing. And then those are... Did I put those in the bass, or... Yeah, I did for some reason. Well, this is supposed to have this note. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I'll look again. Then we go up here, and then over there. We're on the third one. There we go. Then we can go into cello, viola at the beginning. Copy and paste. I wanted to check on one of these notes. Oh, right there. There it is. Okay. No, I did it right. Perfect. No problem. Then we'll go for cello, violin. There we go. Create the MIDI region. Extend it out. Look at all of this and grab the notes for the melody. Reason I'm doing this is because I want to hear it on its own. The melody and the harmony parts. Ba-da-ba-dum. And then we go up here. We don't want that one. Then we're back up here again with the repetition of this section, which I'm sure I'm going to say a lot. Repetition of the section. So we copy that, we go over here. We want to make sure that we place our cursor at 1 because it's going to paste in the same place, but wherever your cursor is, which is not helpful. Make sure it's not talking over itself. And now we have the full ensemble with individual parts written out. So here we go. Yeah, nice little thing. That's fun. If we mute the male choir, we will be able to hear it with just the cellos. Individual lines coming together to create a nice little, well, classically sounding quartet. Okay, that's pretty good. That's not too bad. Curious to know what the melody sounds like. I call it the melody. Everything's part of the melody. Interesting thing. Let's see. You know, I kind of want to actually just complete the phrase there. So if we go back to, we unmute the male chamber choir, we go back to the section that we repeated, and we grab the rest of the notes here. We throw that on, we'll drop it right here. We go back, grab those, copy, it's going to have us go all the way over here, drop it, go back, copy, drop it, that kind of thing. But this time we allow the bass to remain what we changed it to. So it'll be like... There we go. Now we have a little section. A little thing. Little, quite literally. It's only 21 measures. And if we go to custom, we can see that it is a little over 30 seconds long. What if I turned that into a YouTube short? I don't know if you all happen to see the thing that I made. It was a selfie that I absolutely, I just obliterated it. So my face was melting. There was dubstep playing backwards. It was wild. Maybe I can show you. But first, let's see if this wants to go somewhere. Where are we going? What are we doing? What kind of melodies do we have? Okay. Yeah. That's fun. That's a fun little thing. I like that. What do we do with it is the next question. Let me go ahead and go over here. Go back to my full face. As you might notice, it's quite larger than when it was before. Perspective. Although, according to me, my face is pretty much the same. So, what do we call this? I don't know. I'm going to change it, but we'll call it Thoom. Audio file, folder, save. Done. Okay, so I'm going to bring up a browser tab. We'll go ahead and take a look at it. Maybe see how this goes. See what happens. Okay, so... Go here, go here. Okay. Here we go. Go back to over here and make my face tiny again. Stop that very pleasant music in the background. And we'll take a look at this. So, Thoom.org. The dragon language of the Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. What we're going to do is we're going to try to write something. So let me tell you a story real quick. The reason I'm putting this together, the reason it exists, maybe not the reason it exists in front of you. That's a completely separate reason, but the reason it exists to begin with. I have designed for my D&D campaign a Battle of the Bards, and in order to, make it seem like it makes sense, to give it life, to make it fun, I've decided to use my knowledge and my skills in composition to create the music that the other bands are going to put on. I already tried to make a song for our group. It was really difficult because they chose a challenging collection of instruments to write for. But I came up with something. I could probably show you if you wanted, but the people who are going to be singing this particular piece are sponsored by the corporation holding the event. They are the people who win every year, every single celebration of whimsy, which happens more than once a year, honestly. They are expected to win. Will that be the case this time? I don't know. Really just depends on what the players do and how they roll. But in the meantime, I'm at least going to try to make something that seems to fit the vibe. So, now that we've made some music, how do we fit words to it? Bit of a backwards way to go. Usually you like to write them together. Hilariously ridiculous. Yes, that is a good description of the Tuesday group, the current one. Very true. Let's see. What this is where we get creative again. I mean, the whole thing is creative, but still, what do we want the people, the singers, the group? What do we want them to say? Of course, a Thalco-sponsored group would sing in a language that barely anybody knows. Of course they would. But what would they say? First of all, I'd like to mention that Thum does not have every word, about 640 of them, so not every English word or phrase has a direct equivalent. But we can come up with something. So what would be the what is it, the motto of the corporation? Let's see here. Let's see if they have something for wealth. Wealth, translate. Wealth, nothing. Okay. So how about joy? Do they have joy? Let's do hover. Okay, they don't have joy either. How about happiness? This would actually be a lot easier if I just looked at the words that they do have, which I think is, we'll turn that off. We'll go to dictionary, drag into English. Okay, here we go. To guide, guidance. Okay, that's pretty good. It's a strong verb. Oh, might, to express possibility. So if we did, oh, here we go. Now this is a good one. To serve, act as a servant, give loyalty to. I see a viewer just joined. Let me show you the little project that we put together. So I wrote this chorale counterpoint for voices that I'm going to perform later after we write lyrics. I just wrote this a little bit ago. I'm trying to come up with lyrics for it now in a language that nobody knows because a corporation has hired this group to perform on their behalf. But let's take a listen. There you go. That's pretty much it. It was just a little thing we threw together. Let's go ahead and find some words to give quarter to have mercy on. What if we did home or language? I don't know. Legacy we'll go to the translator again. What if we did serve? What about defend? Surely dragons have that word. Serve, defend, and home. Oh, of course. That's dragon to English, English to dragon. I've been doing it wrong the whole time. Yeah, it sounds like me. Okay, so we have Span, Hofking. Okay, what if we did this? Deserve. They don't have that. The dragons don't have the word for deserving. I guess. Ooh, what if they had earn, but not deserve? That'd be interesting. They do. To receive, earn, acquire, ofal. Okay, what if we did earn by birth? That sounds like something that a corporation would have. Ofal, no, keen. On. Okay. So we'll do hover. To receive by according to birth. Okay. So we'll write this down. Ofal Nalkeen. Let me go ahead and switch back to my full cam. And I don't know. I'll pull up notes over here. Maybe I'll put that on my second monitor. And then I'll bring us back over to Logic with small cam. And then we can listen to it again. Nice little theme song. Okay. All right. So we've got, what do we have? Ofal Nalkeen. Interesting. Let's see here. That disappeared behind that other window, which is inconvenient. Too many windows. And not enough time. Okay. Ofal Nalkeen. Earned by birth. What else would we have? Earned by birth. Power over serve. Power over serve. So, Lake Co over inside of within the boundaries of power, strength, ability within the boundaries of acting as a servant. That's not what we want. Oh, what if we did earn by birth, power by birth? Let's just see if they have money. I don't think dragons of Skyrim have money, but maybe they do. Fortune, wealth, Faran. Okay. So what if we did all of these things? We'll talk about inherited stuff. So Ofal Nalkeen, Sulake Nalkeen, Faran Nalkeen. Okay, so powers Sulake. Not sulky. Stop autocorrecting. I know I'm not typing in the language that you think I should be. Okay, so Faran is the next one. See if it tries to... Okay, no, it doesn't try to autocorrect that. Okay, so this could be the... this could be the introduction of the piece. Okay, so Ofal, Sulake, Faran, Nalkeen, repetition. Okay, awesome. And you know what? These monk wizards singing this chorale counterpoint, they have magic. They can do magic things. So I think I'll play around with that. What I'm going to do is spend some time working on these lyrics, working on lining them up. Maybe I'll even sing. Get that ready. It's a lot goes into songwriting, a hell of a lot, into writing even a dumb little thing for your D&D campaign. So much goes into it. But now that I've got the basic idea down and I've got the outline for all of this, I think that'll probably be enough content to prove my point that I can write something real quick for a D&D campaign. So I'll probably just leave that there. But we'll go ahead and save it. Save it. I'll bring us back over to my full face and exit out of that. I want to actually go on upload the 2 tracks to SoundCloud. The first one being the straightforward, the music that I use in my Be Right Back Starting Soon ending screens, which you can hear real quick. That whole thing. I want to put that on SoundCloud, which you can find, it's the Musical Mercenary on SoundCloud. My friend says that I'm incredibly proficient with songwriting. Thank you. I don't have a frame of reference for understanding that, because I don't know of other people who demonstrate the songwriting process publicly, because the algorithms reward final products. Most notably demonstrated in, I guess, the relative reach of this conversation. At least in part. You know, there's so many variables going on. There's a lot going on. So much. But yes, water, thank you for the reminder. A very good point. I hope you are hydrating as well, the 2 people hanging out with me. Really appreciate you being here. I am glad to be able to do this. The Musical Mercenary on SoundCloud. So I'm also going to, we're going to play around with the music here for the background. I don't know what the original name of the track was. I only have a few letters now. That's all I have left of the original name. But I'm going to show you another thing. How about that? Okay. Hard cut to the music. No, that wouldn't make any sense. We don't need to not make sense sometimes. Okay, so I have the audio editor open for this particular track. If we play it. That whole thing. What I want to do is I actually want to go in and edit the file. Actually, I think it's functions. We'll go to reverse. So we're going to reverse the file. We're going to shorten it because there's a lot of silence at the end, I'm now realizing. So we'll do that. Sounds absolutely wild. So we're going to do that. We're also going to, let's see if I can do this. Now, I need to go up here to customize the control bar. We need modes and functions. Okay, so that's not the right one. Views, we don't need that. Transport, we don't really need that either. And the LCD, that's not what we need. Where did it go? I don't remember. I don't remember where it went. There's a button around here somewhere. I don't know what that button does. Sorry, I have not used this in a long time. How about we do... We'll turn that down and it'll make it closer. Well, okay, so we have that. Which I guess we could do... No, that wouldn't change it. This is, by the way, another part of the process that I like representing. You're like, okay, I want to do something. I have something in mind. I have an idea. I know what, and then what? How do you deal with it? How do you explore it? How do you make it real? The answer is Google. A lot of patience and a lot of frustration along the way. It's a difficult situation, but it's part of the whole thing, isn't it? Part of the whole thing. I don't need that. Okay, I guess I could do that. Okay, so it says double click on that. We can go to audio file. We don't want that. We want functions. Function setting, adjust tempo by selection in locators. Oh, no, I don't need to do that. You can get out of here with that idea. Vary speed is what I'm looking for. I remember that now. Okay, so how do we do that? I have that. It should be available in the control bar. Well, obviously. Let's see. Oh, it should look like that, actually. Okay, so if we go over here, go to custom. Nope, over here, go to custom. So we'll have more information available. If we customize this, the LCD vary speed, we have that unlocked. Now that we can do that, we're going to take the speed and bring it down 30%. 30%. So I want to slow it down, have it backwards, slow it down, and play it. Well, that was wild. Okay. Awesome. I think I did it. So now I have 2 versions to upload. Pretty exciting stuff. Or at least I think it is. And maybe that is the point. Maybe that's the goal. Maybe the things we do aren't in service of some greater entity, greater than our ability to perceive it anyway. Well, I guess I don't have any good advice. Just try to exist. Try to be there for yourself when you need it. Try to have fun along the way. If that involves hanging out on Twitch, showing one person this really cool thing that you made, having fun playing it backwards and adding delay and all that, well, maybe that's enough. Maybe it's not. I don't know. That requires information that I don't have, a perspective that is impossible to attain. But at the very least, I can be here. I can be with the random people on the internet. I want to listen to this again, and then afterward, I'll say goodbye, because I have other things I want to do tonight. But let's listen to this. A song backwards, slowed down, with a bunch of reverb and delay. Really makes you think, I think. Think about what? Totally up to you. The thoughts going through my head are questions of significance. Once again, faced with the reality of attempting to exist, of attempting to share my reality with others, of attempting to prove that every now and then it's okay to be there for yourself, that it's just okay to exist in a way that is sustainable. I'm a bit of a weirdo, if you haven't noticed. A bit of a strange person, a strange entity, a transient traveler, experiencing the experience of life in a unique way, in a way that only I can, which is pretty much what you're doing. It's what we all do. But some realities, some perspectives, some experiences, while wider seen, are no less valuable. We constantly compare ourselves to these external metrics of how much money do I make, how long do I work, how many friends do I have, how many views do my videos have. It's interesting to gain context from the external world to help you in building your identity, to develop a sense of self. But ultimately, it's really up to you. So if you feel that existing is for you, that's great. That's incredible. Congratulations on making it this far, on being alive. I know it's difficult. But I hope you're having fun. I hope you have little moments where you get to hear a song backwards with a ton of reverb and you just get some time to relax, to sit around. If you want to hear this again, I will have it on SoundCloud, The Musical Mercenary. You can play it there however many times you want. It's also on the internet, on YouTube. You can look me up as Darian T or Darian Thomas. That'll probably come up. It's an accompaniment for my face melting in a very weird selfie that I made. I also have a Patreon if you wanted to check out the stuff that I write. But if all of that is too much effort for you, or if you're already doing it, you can just hang out with me on a stream. Tomorrow I'll be probably trying to get my friend to join so I can, I made up a little TTRPG game, a fully improvised kind of thing. So I might do that. Or I might attempt to define intelligence, because when I was in second grade, I did not get a satisfactory answer to that question. And I never questioned that until recently. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we won't. On Saturday, I'll be playing a game, most likely. I'm going to see my best friend from high school. It's been forever, so I'm really excited about that. But then on Sunday, I'm going to start reading the Bible from the beginning to show that it is a lot of work and that it's kind of weird a little bit and hard to read sometimes. But we'll get into it. If you want to join me and you see this, you're certainly welcome to. If you see this on YouTube, on Twitch, I am Musical Mercenary. All of this stuff probably in the description of the YouTube video. Nonetheless, I am three things right now, and I'll probably forget the third by the time I get to it. 1, in need of using the bathroom. 2, very thirsty. And 3, ready to spend some time thinking about purpose, about reason, about the interconnectedness of every thread in the fabric of reality, and about my intention. A moment of contemplation desperately needed in the midst of a chaotic sea of voices, perhaps imagery, lights and sounds, so many things happening all at once. But I hope you have a good time. Thank you for being here and for existing. That's an incredible thing that you've done. Simply existing. It's beautiful. That said, I'll see you next time.